Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing an exciting pick a card reading to reveal who you're destined to marry. Also, keep in mind this is a general reading and may or may not resonate with everyone. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So, take a deep breath and pick the stone you're most drawn to. We have the black stone, white stone, and red stone. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a reading. So if you chose the black stone, you have the Nine of Pentacles and the House. The Nine of Pentacles is all about independence, elegance, financial security, self-sufficiency. The House is about family, stability, tradition, legacy, protection, property. Together, they paint a picture of someone who has built wealth, values comfort and tradition, and is grounded in home and legacy. This is a beautiful combination because it tells me you're marrying someone who is independent, wealthy, classy, and established, but also deeply connected to family, tradition, and stability. So this isn't just about love. This is about building a legacy, a home, and a safe, abundant future with your spouse. So let's go deep. I'll cover their physical appearance, personality, traits, zodiac energy, race, religion, ethnicity, country, tribe, status, and background. By the end of this, you should have a crystal clear vision of who your future spouse is. And keep in mind, this is a general reading because what I see here, and of course, I do like the reading and do follow and share as well, and comment 111 if you want to claim it to manifest it. First off, the physical appearance of who you'll marry is the Nine of Pentacles, which shows elegance, refinement, and someone who takes care of their image. They're attractive in a very put-together, classy way. Their build is likely medium to tall height, with a body that looks healthy and well-maintained. Not overly bulky, but toned or strong in a natural way. Their skin, hair, or overall glow looks expensive, smooth, radiant, always neat. Masculine energy, sharp haircut or beard, well-dressed in tailored clothing, crisp shirts, clean sneakers, or polished shoes. He has that provider aura when he walks into a room. Feminine energy, soft but elegant styling, well-kept nails, glowing skin, classy jewelry. She carries herself with grace. This isn't someone who overdresses, but even in casual clothes, you'll notice they look like they belonged in higher places. Describing their character and personality. Character-wise, the Nine of Pentacles is independent and confident, and the House adds loyalty, protection, and responsibility. They're calm, grounded, and private. They don't chase drama or chaos. They're traditional in values. Loyalty, respect, and stability matter to them. They are a provider and protector. When they commit, they mean it. They might be a little reserved at first, but when they open up, you'll see their nurturing, caring side. They're the type of person you can lean on, someone who creates peace and safety around them. So now I will mention some of their core traits. One is discipline. They stick to their goals and achieve them. Two is family-oriented. With the House, family is everything. They want to build something lasting. Three is provider mindset. They either already have property or they're working to build one. Four is private. They don't share their business with the world. Five is high standards. They don't settle in relationships or lifestyle. This is the kind of person who believes in legacy, not just living day to day. The strongest signs I see here are earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because of stability, wealth, and groundedness. The House also points to Cancer energy, family, home, and roots. So your future spouse might be earth heavy with some Cancer placements or simply embody those traits. hardworking, nurturing, protective, and rooted in tradition. Now, let's get specific about their ethnicity. The house shows someone who is tied to their heritage and roots. They could be either sub-Saharan African, North American, or South American. Countries like Nigeria, South Africa, Brazil, USA, Canada, Argentina, Dominican Republic, Ghana, Colombia, etc. They could also be mixed race, but regardless, they're proud of where they come from and will carry that culture into their marriage. This is not someone ashamed of their background. They stand tall in it. For religion or spirituality, the house shows strong traditional upbringing, so religion or spirituality will matter. They're not fanatical, but they honor prayer, respect, and faith. They want a partner who respects their values, even if you don't share the exact same beliefs. So expect someone who prays, attends worship, or participates in family traditions tied to their faith. About their country or continent, this person is tied to places where heritage, family, and wealth are valued. Africa, Nigeria, South Africa, North American, USA, Canada, South America, Brazil, Argentina. The house also suggests they may own property or land already or come from a family that does. They are established and not drifting aimlessly. Even if they live abroad, they're always connected to their roots. So their status. Now, here's the big one. With the Nine of Pentacles and the house, your spouse is financially stable, respected, and established. They may already own a house or multiple properties. They could be in real estate, banking, law, family business, entrepreneurship, or politics. In a tiny possibility, this could also be a self-made millionaire or billionaire, but I don't see it as new money or nouveau riche. I feel like they built their wealth from generational wealth, but they didn't rely on family money. They set themselves apart to mark their name on history. Their financial status is not shaky. They've built wealth or are on the path to it. This is someone who thinks long term. They're not looking for fun. They're looking for a partner to build with. Now, their background. Their background is tied to family, stability, and legacy. They may come from a respected or even wealthy family where name and reputation matter. They might have grown up with traditional values, learning early about responsibility, hard work, and carrying the family name with pride. Even if they didn't grow up rich, they worked their way up and now have a stable foundation. With the house, marriage for them isn't just romance. It's about uniting families and building something for future generations. So therefore, in summary, who will you marry? Someone polished, elegant, and classy in appearance. Independent, disciplined, family-oriented, and deeply protective in character. Their zodiac energy is Earth and Cancer. They may be African, North American, or South American descent, strongly tied to their tribe or cultural roots. They're religious or spiritual, respectful of tradition. They come from or live in a country with wealth and heritage, likely already own property, and carry status as someone stable and respected. Most importantly, they're not marrying just for fun. They see marriage as a home, a foundation, and a legacy. With them, you won't just feel loved, you'll feel safe, rooted, and provided for. If this reading resonated, let me know in the comments. Type 111. Can you picture this person? Do you already feel like you've met someone like this? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss more detailed readings like this. Until next time, loves, stay blessed and may your future spouse bring you the home and stability you deserve. If you were drawn to the white stone, this message is especially for you. The cards that came out for you are the Ten of Pentacles paired with the Man card from the Lenormand deck. Let me just tell you right now, this combination is no joke. The Ten of Pentacles is about legacy, wealth, family name, and generational blessings. And then you have the Man card, which represents presence, confidence, protector, and provider energy. This isn't someone ordinary. This is someone who carries weight in the world, whether through their name, their reputation, their career, or their family heritage. This is someone who will not only be your partner, but also the foundation of the dynasty you're going to build together. And as always, loves, if this resonates with you as we go through, don't forget to hit that like button, share this reading with someone who might need it, and type 222 in the comments to claim this energy and call it into your reality. By the end of this, you should feel like you have a crystal clear vision of who your future spouse is. Let's go deep. The Ten of Pentacles is one of the most powerful marriage and stability cards in the tarot. It's not about short-term flings or casual energy. This is about long-term family wealth, generational success, and building something that lasts beyond you. When this card comes out in a spouse reading, it shows that the person you're attracting is not coming to play. They already come with either an established name or they are actively building one. You're not meeting someone confused about their purpose. This is someone who knows who they are and what they're destined to achieve. Let me paint the picture. The Ten of Pentacles often shows an image of a family crest, children playing, elders being honored, dogs representing loyalty. It's a scene of abundance and legacy. What does that mean for your spouse? It means they are deeply rooted in their family system, in their culture, and in their traditions. It means their success isn't just about them. It's about passing blessings down, about carrying the family name forward. This is not the kind of person who fears responsibility. In fact, they thrive in it. They were raised to carry responsibility. They were taught that family comes first, that legacy matters, and that wealth is not just money. It's respect, it's reputation, it's honor. For some of you, your spouse may already come from a family with wealth or political influence. For others, even if they didn't grow up with riches, they are building their own empire now. Either way, the Ten of Pentacles says you will not lack. Financial stability will not be an issue in this connection. Now, combine this with the Man card. We get to the archetype of the provider, the protector. Someone who leads, someone who makes sure their partner and their children are secure. This is very strong head of the household energy, whether masculine or feminine. Even if your future spouse is a woman, she carries that commanding provider presence. So let's focus for a moment on the Man card from the Lenormand. This isn't just about gender. This card is about energy. It represents confidence, identity, strength, presence. Your future spouse is someone who makes an impression without even trying. Imagine being at a family event or a business gathering. When they walk into the room, people notice. Not because they're flashy or loud, but because they carry an aura of certainty. They know who they are, and that energy is magnetic. This person is deeply rooted in their role as a provider and protector. They may be the eldest son or daughter in their family, or they may have been raised with expectations to take care of others. They don't see responsibility as a burden. They see it as their purpose. For you, this means you'll never feel like you have to push them into being mature or beg them to commit. They're already wired that way. This is someone who wants to lead, who wants to create a safe, secure life for their loved ones. And honestly, that energy is rare. A lot of people these days are still figuring themselves out. But your person, the one represented here, is clear, stable, and intentional. Let's talk about what they look like, because the cards are giving me someone who is distinguished. When they walk in, you notice them. I'm seeing medium to tall height for most of you, with a solid or athletic build. They don't have to be gym obsessed, but they are grounded in their body. They look healthy, strong, and capable. Their posture alone commands attention. Facial features, defined. For men, strong jawline, thick hair, expressive eyes, and for many of them, well-groomed beards. For women, thick brows, glowing skin, expressive eyes that can hold your attention. There's a timeless quality to their beauty. They age gracefully. This isn't someone who peaks in their 20s and then fades. No, this is someone who looks just as good, if not better, at 40, 50, 60. Their beauty matures like fine wine. Style-wise, they are classic. Clean cuts, neutral tones, expensive fabrics, well-fitted clothing. Even when casual, they look put together. You might see them in jeans and a t-shirt, but something about it looks intentional, polished, expensive. For some of you, they also incorporate traditional cultural clothing. If they're Middle Eastern, you might see them in a thawb or keffiyeh at family events. If they're South Indian, you may see them in sherwanis or kurtas. They blend modern style with heritage, and it just adds to their aura. Now, let's go deeper into their character, because this is where the Ten of Pentacles energy really shows up. They are grounded. They don't play unnecessary games. They are not going to gaslight you or keep you confused. If they want you, you'll know. They are stable, emotionally stable. They don't explode over small things. Financially stable. They don't make reckless choices. You can rely on them. They are proud. They value reputation, name, and legacy. This can sometimes make them a little traditional, but in a way that gives you security. They are wise and mature. Even if they're young in age, they have an old soul. They've probably been the one people go to for advice since they were a teenager. They are ambitious. This is someone who wants to build, expand, and leave something behind. They're not content with just surviving. They want to thrive, to create, and they are protective. If you are with them, they stand by you. They defend you. They make sure you feel safe in their presence. Now, in relationships, this translates into loyalty. When they choose you, it's serious. This isn't someone who dates casually. They're looking for a partner to build with, not just a temporary fling. Once you are theirs, that's it. The strongest zodiac energy here is Earth. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That explains the stability, the groundedness, the focus on legacy and wealth. But I also feel some water energy, especially Scorpio and Cancer. That's where the protective, family-oriented, loyal vibe comes from. Now, if your spouse is Taurus, they'll spoil you with comfort and luxury. If Virgo, they'll be detail-oriented, making sure everything is perfect. If Capricorn, they'll be ambitious, climbing the ladder of success. If Cancer, they'll nurture you deeply. If Scorpio, they'll protect you with intensity and passion. Remember, this doesn't mean their sun sign has to be these. They may have these placements strongly in their chart, rising, moon, Venus, or dominant houses, but the energy is undeniable. Earth for stability, water for loyalty. Now, let's explore their cultural roots. I'm seeing strong ties to Middle Eastern, North African, South Asian, Southeast Asian, and Central Asian backgrounds. So this could be places like Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Lebanon, Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Indonesia, the Philippines, and surrounding regions. Your spouse carries pride in their heritage. They're not trying to erase where they come from. They honor their culture, whether through food, language, family traditions, or clothing. Picture weddings with big families, music, food, ceremonies that last days. Picture someone who can switch between their native tongue and English or French with ease. Someone who has respect for their ancestors, but also knows how to move in a modern, global world. That's the blend you're getting here. Tradition plus sophistication. For many of you, your spouse comes from a faith-conscious household. Even if they aren't strict or devout themselves, they carry respect for rituals, holidays, fasting, prayer, or family customs. They may still practice certain things because it honors their parents or their ancestors. This doesn't make them rigid. It makes them grounded. They understand discipline, they understand faith, and they honor spirituality in their home. Your person has strong ties to their homeland, but with the Ten of Pentacles, they may also have connections abroad, maybe properties, businesses, or family members in places like the UK, France, UAE, Canada, or the US. In terms of status, they are wealthy or they are on their way to wealth. This is not someone living paycheck to paycheck. They either inherited a family business or they are building one. Think land, property, trade, politics, entrepreneurship. They value financial security, and they will make sure their partner and children are taken care of. For you, that means you will not feel lack. In terms of tribe or background, this person comes from a respected group. In Middle Eastern or North African contexts, this could be linked to clans or extended families. In South or Central Asia, this could be linked to caste, lineage, or merchant ancestry. Their family name opens doors. People respect where they come from. When you marry them, you don't just marry them. You marry into a dynasty, into a respected name. So, how do they treat you? With loyalty, with stability, with respect. You won't have to beg for love or security. They will naturally step into that role. They'll want to provide, they'll want to protect, they'll want to make you proud to stand beside them. This is someone who will say, "Your comfort matters to me. Your dreams matter to me. Our family matters to me." Your life with them will feel abundant. There will be respect from their family, financial stability, and a deep sense of belonging. This is not just a relationship, it's a partnership to build a dynasty. So, to summarize, your future spouse is striking in appearance, grounded in character, loyal in love, and deeply rooted in heritage. They likely come from Middle Eastern, North African, South Asian, Southeast Asian, and Central Asian backgrounds. They carry wealth, ambition, and tradition. They are a provider and protector. They are ambitious and wise. They are the kind of partner who gives you stability, respect, and security. This is not someone you have to teach how to love or how to commit. They already carry that energy. With them, you're not just building a marriage, you're building a legacy, a dynasty. If this resonated, my loves, go ahead and type 222 in the comments to claim this energy into your reality. Can you picture this person already? Do you feel like you've met someone like this, or is Spirit preparing you to receive them? Let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss more detailed readings like this. And until next time, loves, stay blessed, stay aligned, and may your future spouse bring you the home, stability, and abundance you deserve.
So if you picked the red stone, the two cards that came out are the Hermit from the Tarot and the Tower from the Lenormand deck. Now, I know some of you hear Tower and immediately think of chaos from Tarot, but in Lenormand, the Tower has a very different meaning. It's about institutions, authority, reputation, high status, and sometimes solitude. Combined with the Hermit, what I see is a picture of someone deeply wise, deeply introspective, and highly respected in society. This person is not just anybody. They carry a presence that is built on solitude, discipline, and a higher calling. They may not be the loudest in the room, but they are the one everyone looks up to. And as always, loves, before we dive more deeply, if this resonates with you as we go, don't forget to like this video, share it, and type 333 in the comments to claim this energy into your life. By the end of this, you'll have a very detailed, clear vision of who your future spouse is. The Hermit is the seeker, the wise one, the old soul. In tarot, the Hermit represents inner wisdom, spiritual depth, introspection, and guidance. When the Hermit comes up in a marriage reading, it doesn't mean your spouse is isolated or lonely. Instead, it means they carry an aura of deep thought, maturity, and wisdom. They may have gone through long periods of solitude in their life, either focusing on their studies, their career, or their spiritual path. Your future spouse is someone who values depth over surface. They don't chase trends or get distracted easily. They seek meaning. They're the type of person who would rather spend years building something stable and real than rushing into something temporary. For you, this means that when they come into your life, they will be clear about their intentions. They don't waste time. They've thought about what they want in a partner, and they'll recognize that in you. The Hermit also tells me they could be introverted, reflective, and reserved. They may not open up easily to everyone, but when they open up to you, it's because they trust you deeply. That's rare, and that's sacred. Now let's talk about the Lenormand Tower. Unlike the Tarot Tower, which is about sudden change, in Lenormand, the tower represents authority, institutions, high status, and long-standing structures. This tells me your future spouse is someone who is established in a very powerful way. They could be tied to government, law, big corporations, medicine, universities, religious institutions, or international organizations. They may hold a title, a high position, or have a career that carries respect. The tower also represents solitude and being above the crowd. This person doesn't blend in with the masses, they stand apart. Sometimes this can even mean they live a bit in their own world, maybe because of their status, their intelligence, or their high position. Combined with the hermit, I see someone who is both powerful and private. They're not flashy, they don't need to boast. Their presence alone commands respect. They might be the kind of person people whisper about. That's the doctor, that's the professor, that's the CEO, that's the diplomat. So you're marrying someone who carries an energy of wisdom plus authority. Very high level, very respected. Now, let's talk about their physical presence, because even if they're more reserved, they are still striking in their own way. I'm seeing someone tall or with an elongated figure. They carry themselves upright, like they've been trained to have good posture. Even if they're not super tall, something about their presence feels elevated, commanding. Their face may have sharp, thoughtful features, piercing eyes that look like they can see right through you. When they speak, they don't waste words. Their expression is often serious, contemplative, and mature. They may dress conservatively, but always polished. Suits, professional attire, elegant cultural clothing, nothing sloppy, nothing careless. Even in casual wear, they lean towards neutral colors, structured fabrics, and clean lines. They may have a scholarly or intellectual vibe, glasses for some of them, beards or neatly groomed hair for men, or elegant understated beauty for women. They're not trying to attract attention through looks, but their aura draws attention naturally. Their beauty is the type that grows on you. The more time you spend with them, the more magnetic they become. They have timeless features, the kind of look that matures with grace and wisdom. Now, let's go deeper into their personality. They are introverted but powerful. They don't need to be the loudest in the room to have influence. Their quiet presence speaks volumes. They are wise. People go to them for advice, whether in family, career, or community. They see life from a higher perspective. They are disciplined. They live by principles. They don't give in to peer pressure or fleeting temptations. They are serious about commitments. When they promise something, they keep it. This includes marriage. They won't play with your emotions. They are respected. They may not even try to gain respect, but because of their achievements, their aura, and their integrity, people look up to them. They are protective. Even if they seem distant sometimes, their actions show that they will always guard their loved ones. Now, sometimes with this energy, they can come across as distant, private, or difficult to read, but it's not because they don't care. It's because they think deeply before they act. They're cautious with who they let into their inner world. If you're there, it's because you are truly special to them.
The strongest zodiac signs connected to the Hermit and the Tower are Virgo, Hermit's ruling sign, analytical, thoughtful, disciplined. Capricorn, authority, institutions, climbing status. Scorpio, depth, privacy, protective intensity. Aquarius, intellectual, innovative, stands apart from the crowd. So I'm seeing a mix of earth and air with some water for depth. These are people who live with purpose, who rise to positions of influence, and who value wisdom and truth. Now, let's talk about cultural background. Your future spouse may come from a place or culture where tradition and reputation matter greatly. I'm seeing strong connections to Australian, East Asian, or European aristocratic or elite backgrounds. For some, they may come from families tied to politics, education, or religious leadership. Picture cultures where family name carries weight, where being tied to a certain tribe, clan, caste, or institution automatically commands respect. They may be from countries like United Kingdom, Germany, Switzerland, Ireland, China, Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, etc., as well as surrounding backgrounds tied to academia, law, or politics. This person is deeply rooted in their heritage, but they may also have global exposure, studied abroad, worked internationally, or hold dual citizenship. They bridge tradition with modern achievement. With the hermit, spirituality plays a role in their life. They may have studied philosophy, theology, or spiritual traditions. They could be religious, practicing rituals, prayers, or meditation, or they could be more spiritual, philosophical, seeking truth in their own way. Either way, they are guided by a strong moral compass. They are not reckless or godless. They live with principles, and they may even be seen as a spiritual guide to others. Your spouse is tied to institutions of power. That could mean government or politics, law and justice systems, universities, professors, researchers, medicine, high-ranking doctors or specialists, religious institutions, big corporations, CEOs, or board members. Status-wise, they are respected and established. They may hold wealth, but more importantly, they hold influence. They come from a background where family reputation is everything. Their surname or tribe may be recognized in their community. When people hear their name, they associate it with respect, dignity, or authority. You are not just marrying a person, you are marrying into an established lineage, into a name that carries weight. So what does this mean for you in a marriage? It means you will feel protected, secure, and guided. This person is not reckless with your heart. They'll take their role as spouse seriously. At times, they may be private or busy with their duties, but when it comes to you, they'll make sure you never feel neglected. They will guide you, support your dreams, and create a home where wisdom and structure are the foundation. You'll feel like you are not just in a relationship, but in a sacred partnership that others admire. So to summarize, the Hermit plus Tower shows a future spouse who is wise, introverted, powerful, and deeply respected. They carry authority, whether through career, family name, or both. They're likely connected to institutions, law, government, medicine, academia, or religion. They may come from Australian, East Asian, or European backgrounds tied to legacy. They are tall or commanding in presence, serious in demeanor, disciplined in personality. They may not be the loudest, but they are unforgettable. With you, they will be loyal, protective, and committed. This is not just a marriage. It's a union that feels like destiny, like two souls walking a path of wisdom and respect together. If this resonated, loves, don't forget to type 333 in the comments to claim it. Can you picture this person already? Do you feel their energy around you? Let me know below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss more detailed readings like this. Until next time, may your path be guided and may your future spouse bring you the wisdom, respect, and love you deserve.